welcome to The Nest. I'm your host, Maureen Waititu, and the story lined up for tonight is no different in terms of inspiring you and informing you more about a particular inherited red blood cell disorder, of which our guest has been living with for the last 20 years, and she has the support of her parents, her siblings, and everybody at large. And I hope by the time we're done with this session, we're going to learn more about this disorder, and we're going to learn about how to handle it and how to support those who suffer from it. But before we meet our guests, I would like you to watch this short video, and we'll be right back.
Sickle cell anemia is one of a group of inherited disorders known as sickle cell disease. It affects the shape of red blood cells which carry oxygen to all parts of the body. Red blood cells are usually round and flexible, so they move easily through blood vessels. In sickle cell anemia, some red blood cells are shaped like sickles or crescent moons. These sickle cells also become rigid and sticky, which can slow or block blood flow. Sickle cells that block blood flow to organs deprive the affected organs of blood and oxygen. In sickle cell anemia, blood is also chronically low in oxygen. This lack of oxygen-rich blood can damage nerves and organs, including the kidneys and the liver. Sickle cell is an inherited disease caused by a defect in a gene. A person will be born with sickle cell disease only if two genes are inherited, one from the mother and the other from the father. A person who inherits just one gene is healthy and is said to be a carrier of the disease. Signs and symptoms of sickle cell anemia usually appear around 6 months of age. They vary from person to person and may change over time. Some of these signs and symptoms include periodic episodes of extreme pain on different parts of the body, swelling of hands and feet, vision problems, slow growth in infants and children, and delayed puberty in teenagers, and frequent infections. There is unfortunately no cure for most people with sickle cell anemia, but treatments can relieve pain and help prevent complications associated with the disease. On the show today, we get to learn and have a better understanding of sickle cell anemia.
Welcome back. You are about to meet the most beautiful girl, such a black beauty, a brave girl, and a girl who has been through so much in her almost 2 decades of life. And she has been through this because of her health condition, of which she's going to tell us about, and also maybe encourage other young people or even parents who are living with it. Ivy, karibu sana. Maybe you can introduce yourself to our audience. Majina yako yote, unaitwa nani?
Okay, my name is Ivy Akoth.
Oh, Akoth.
Yeah.
Nice. What do you do in life? Are you a student?
I'm a student.
Yes. What do you study?
Okay, I just finished my Form 4 last year.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us about your background. Ulizaliwa wapi? How many siblings do you have?
So Ivy
Yes.
was born and raised in Babadogo.
Okay.
Okay, I come in a family of 4. I have 3 siblings.
Yes.
I'm the second born,
Okay.
and I'm the only one who has sickle cell
Yes.
in our family. Yeah.
And you're going to tell us more about that later, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So where did you go to school? Primary, secondary?
I went to Babadogo Primary and Babadogo Secondary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. You're a Baba Dogo girl.
Yeah.
No, now ukitaka ku run for MCM, a women rep, where you will go, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. And what is your passion in life? What do you want to do now that you're done with Form 4?
I want to study nursing.
Nursing?
Yeah.
That's amazing. And is it inspired by your story of what you've been through, which we're going to revisit? Is that why you want to do nursing?
Yeah.
Okay. Amazing. So tell me, I'll take you back. Obviously, you might remember yourself from a certain age, maybe 4, 5, yeah? But when did you discover something was different? How were you feeling that time?
How
old were you when you felt like, I don't think I'm like other kids.
When I was young, okay, I used to see myself always in the hospital.
Yes.
So when I grew up, that's when my mom told me that I was diagnosed with sickle cell anemia
Yes.
at the age of 7 months.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's when the doctors knew. So, but I personally, I got to know about it when I was in my school days.
I see. It's
Yeah.
secondary or primary?
Primary.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, because I had started going to clinics,
Yes.
hospitals. So I was learning and I came to know what's going on with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And were you feeling any different other than going to the hospital? Are there any things that were going on with your body?
Yeah. Sometimes I would wake up, my body was swollen, my legs, my arms, sometimes even my face, jaundice, yellow eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So sometimes when my legs would get swollen, I can't go to school. My arms, I can't write. Yeah.
Yes. So it was very, very painful.
Yeah.
All right. And are you under constant treatment, or how does it work with the sickle cell treatment from what you know?
Okay, for sickle cell, you have to visit the doctor regularly. Like I visit the doctor monthly.
Monthly?
Yeah.
Wow.
And also you have to take your medication. And when you're sick, you have to go to the hospital because there are times the pain is too much.
Yes.
That the drugs can't handle it. So you have to go to the hospital to get injected. You have to be on a drip. Yeah. So there are times you have to be in the hospital, you have to be admitted, all that.
Yes. And I'm sure you've spent like a lot of time in the hospital.
The doctors are my friends.
Yeah. Until you decided, you're now familiar with the profession, and you've decided to do nursing, which I think you'll do so amazing. Having been taken care of since you were a baby, I think you'll do great, and I wish you all the best in that. Yeah. All right. So, what about your day-to-day activities? How has it been for you? Like, just normal chores at home, your food intake. How does it work?
Okay, like I can do odd chores like carrying water, jerry cans, but there are chores that I can do like maybe cooking. Yeah, but I can't do the washing because
Yes.
I'll start to have some back pain, some joint pain, so I have to, I know my limits, I know what to do and what not to do. Yeah.
All right.
And as for food,
yes,
there are things I can eat,
okay,
and there are things I can't.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So yes,
mom knows that.
Yes.
Even at school, the teachers were informed.
Yes.
So when it was lunchtime,
yes,
I would have my own meal, but different from the other students. Yeah.
Okay, maybe you can walk us through the kind of meals a person with, the condition you have. Is it general, or was it specific for you that you couldn't have certain meals? And maybe you can give us examples.
Okay, like I don't do soft drinks.
Yes, like now this one.
Soda.
We need to throw this one away, my director.
I can't.
Yes.
I can't do soft drinks.
Yes.
Because after I take, I'll start feeling some like heartburn, like indigestion.
Yes.
So my doctor
prescribed that
I don't
think
take
that's
it.
Inflammation.
Yeah.
Yes.
And for vegetables, I have to eat kienyeji, like the mixtures.
Yes.
Like I can't eat sukuma wiki because of ulcers,
acidity, Yes.
Yeah, acidity.
Yes.
Things like, okay, green grams. If mom cooks at home, she has to put carrot so that it kills the acid.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So my meals are specific.
Yes.
And also my food is cooked separately from theirs because I don't take a lot of salt.
Yes.
A lot of oil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I really have to maintain my diet. It's very important.
Okay. And that's wonderful to know, so that and I can tell mom is a huge support system
Yeah.
in your life. Who
Very.
else is your support system in your life?
My dad,
Yes.
my sisters.
Yes.
Like my family has always been so supportive of me.
Yes.
Even at school, I really appreciate the teachers. They were so understanding.
That's amazing. When I was in high school, we had this girl who had sickle cell anemia, and we were very ignorant as students, and probably we were not too accommodative, to her, because she was very sickly. Every now and again, she was so sickly, like her eyes were completely yellow, and she was frail and all that. And looking back and having learned more about sickle cell, I feel so bad because there is lack of information about the illness. Yes.
Many a times that
Yes.
people don't know what is going on. So communication is an important aspect.
Yes.
You have to communicate.
Yes.
So that you can get help.
Yes.
Because, okay, you can be stigmatized at school or at home or at any place because people don't know about it,
Yes.
or they are ignorant.
Yes.
There are some people who know,
Yes.
but still
Yes.
they are ignorant.
Yes.
And there are some people who know nothing.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's better to communicate.
Yes.
You create awareness.
Yes.
So even when you are sick, you have to communicate. You have to tell your friends.
Yes.
Me, this is this and this and this
Yes.
is what is happening to me.
Yes.
So that they can know how to help you.
Yes.
Because if you keep quiet and people are gonna mock you, maybe they see you are pretending or something.
True.
Yeah, but they don't know what's happening. But if you tell them, one or two will understand, and the rest won't understand.
It's true.
So you have to communicate.
Wonderful.
That's one thing I've learned.
Yes.
I have to
Communication.
express myself.
Yes,
I have
yes.
to let people know
Yes.
what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's really brave of you, and you're making a difference. However, have you had issues or instances where you've been discriminated against because of the sickle cell?
Yeah. Many
Tell me
times.
about it. Tell me everything about it.
Okay, like back in my primary days, I used to remember I didn't eat school food because for primary meal is the same
Yes,
from
yes,
Monday
yes.
to Friday.
Yes, yes.
It was githeri.
Yes.
And I don't eat
Yes,
githeri.
yes.
So mom would always bring lunch
Yes.
to school.
Yes.
So like you see, people will start mocking you. Ati, oh, sijui, you feel highly of yourself
Yes.
because you're eating this.
Yeah.
And also I used to come to school at 8 because I can't go early to school because of the cold.
The cold, yes.
It affects me.
Yes, yes, yes,
So
yes.
like you get discriminated. People would, as in people talk bad to you. But I couldn't take it anymore. I had to stand strong. I had to
Yes.
defend myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And did you get a chance to tell those students, hey?
Yeah, in fact.
Yes.
There was a day, there was a school meeting.
Yes.
And I talked. I told people what is sickle cell. And from that day, people treated me nicely.
Very differently.
Yeah,
yes.
because they knew before, they didn't have an idea what sickle cell is. So that's why they used to treat me badly, talk to me anyhowly.
Yes.
Even some new teachers didn't understand. Okay, because they are new teachers every term. So maybe when I go to school at 8, I find another teacher.
Oh dear.
So he wanted to punish me.
Yes.
And that's when I had to do some explaining.
Yes.
And at that time, the teacher can't understand.
Yes.
So it will be a difficult period, you see.
I see. All right. Do you feel like sickle cell has interfered with your life desires? The way everybody, when you're growing up, you're like, this is what I want to do. I want to be able to hang out with other kids. Maybe have a boyfriend. Mommy didn't hear that. Maybe have a boyfriend and all that. Do you feel like it has affected how you have desired to live your life?
No. Because I always say one thing in life. Disability doesn't disable dreams.
Wow. Say that again.
Disability doesn't disable dreams.
Disability doesn't disable dreams.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can do everything I want to do.
Yes.
Like any other human being.
Yes.
we have nothing, as in we are all human beings.
Yes.
It's just that I have an health condition, but you don't have.
Yes.
But our mindset,
Yes,
we are all the
the
same.
same.
Yeah, so you have
Yes.
to make an effort. You have to work hard, push
Yes.
yourself.
Yes.
And most of all, put God first.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're such a wise girl.
Thank you.
And very intelligent. And I see when you say disability
Doesn't disable dreams.
doesn't disable dreams.
Yeah.
I think that's my takeaway home today, and I really, really like that. So what can you tell, that young child at school, at home, who could have been in your position, and maybe they did not have the support like that, the one mom gives you, or dad, or your siblings, or your teachers, and they're going through maybe what you are going through? What can you tell that little person?
Okay, what I can say is, I always say God comes first.
Yeah.
You always have to trust in God.
Mm.
Secondly, if people around you are not giving you the help that you want, communicate. Maybe you're not communicating, that's why they are not helping you. But if you communicate and you're still not if you are still not getting the help that you want, find people who are willing and able to give you help that you want. Because we are sicklers, as in we are what? Let me find the perfect word.
Yes.
Unpredictable.
Yes. What
I
do you
can
mean
be
by
smiling
that?
now.
Yes.
But few minutes later,
Yes.
I'll be complaining about headache,
Oh yes.
about back pain,
Yes.
joint pain.
Yes.
So like, I can be laughing and playing 1 minute, but the next minute I'm in hospital. So you have to be around people who are willing to help you, because you don't know the time that crisis will attack.
Will attack. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So find people who can help you. Yeah.
Yeah. What about the teachers, in schools, not only just dealing with kids with maybe sickle cell anemia, but could be any other, illness, yeah? What can you tell them? Because you expect them to be educators, to be accommodative, to be loving. In fact, why don't you combine that with parents? How can they work together to make sure that kids with disabilities or chronic illnesses are in a good environment?
Okay. Like my mom, she had to make an effort.
Yes.
To communicate with the teachers.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
So as parents, you need to let people know what your child is going through, because teachers won't know if Ivy
Yes.
or Emily
Yes.
or who
Yes.
has this type of condition, because
Yes.
you are many
Yes.
in class.
Yes.
So if you don't communicate, they won't know. So you have to take your time, go to school, talk to them, whether it's the principal, the deputy, the senior teachers, anyone, tell them. And then you bring the medical report to satisfy your words.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
So from there, it's on to the teachers to decide how to help your child.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you have told them the information they needed to know. So it's up to them to decide how they can help your child. Yeah. Whether it's in one way or the other. Yeah. And also as teachers,
Yes.
maybe a parent can tell you, my child is suffering from this and this and
Yes.
this,
Yes.
and you're not understanding it.
Yeah.
So that's why I recommend that people also create awareness, like about sickle cell. People with sickle cell should be visiting schools to create awareness about that sickle cell, so that everyone can know what sickle cell is. So that when they get a child who has sickle cell, they have a little bit of information about it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So people have to create awareness about it, so that they can have some information. And also, if you as a parent
Yes.
has taken your time to communicate to the teachers, I'm sure they will come up with something
Yes.
to help your child.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So it's a combined effort between.
It's a combined effort.
Yes. teachers, parents, and also people,
the society
yes,
at large.
yes, and also people like you who have, you know, encountered all these forces, the good, the bad, you know, being able to go back and say, hey, I'm living testimony, you know, I've lived with sickle cell and here I am. So obviously this is a question I should have started with, but I wanted to hear your story first. But have you come to understand what sickle cell anemia is, and maybe can you break it down for us, like how it is, like what goes on with the body with sickle cell anemia?
Okay. Sickle cell anemia,
Yes.
is a gene inherited disease. You inherit it from one of your parents. So like one of your parents, whether the mother or the father, produces the gene S, which stands for sickle cell, and the dad produces the gene A, which is normal. So the child ends up to have sickle cell. You see? Yeah, because you have inherited it from one of your parents.
Yes.
So when you have sickle cell, it interferes with your red blood cells.
Okay.
Okay, I know a person who doesn't have sickle cell, their red blood cells takes about 120 days to break down.
Oh, to break down.
To break down.
Yes, 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 yes.
But for a person with sickle cell anemia like me, our red blood cells takes about 20 to 40 days to break down.
Yes.
Which causes the
Yes.
crescent shape.
Okay.
Because red blood cells are round.
They're round, yes.
So when ours are crescent shaped, so it is difficult to pass. So that's when we have crisis, because they are struggling.
Yes.
The body is struggling to work like a normal person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's when sometimes when the body is so exhausted from all that activities, that's when we start having crisis. Yeah, because sometimes maybe the blood has clotted somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So before the body comes normal to prevent that clotting, you have crisis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's very well explained. I think
I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yes, absolutely. Whatever I knew and how you're explaining it, I think you're explaining it for a normal, regular person to understand. You know, not all of us are medics and we can understand the medical language. So basically, from what I'm getting is that your our normal people's red blood cells are they're round shaped, but any person with sickle cell anemia, it's crescent shaped, and it's rigid. Breaks down faster, and it's not excreted or gets out. It doesn't get out of the system as fast as it, or as smoothly as it should. Hence, creating the crisis that you go through. All right. And does it vary from one person to another, or it's a general sickle cell anemia? That's it. It's a standard across the board. Do people have different kinds of sickle cell anemia? I'm coming from my very ignorant place. I just want to understand.
No.
Yeah. It's the same.
There's something I left out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. There is a person, like a child, can inherit the S gene from one of the parents and gain a normal gene from the other parent, but he doesn't have sickle cell. He's a carrier.
A carrier, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a carrier, and carriers don't usually have a frequent crisis because he only has half of the gene, half of the S gene. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Wow, that's very interesting. And you know, to understand, even for just people who have kids at home who have, you know, sickle cell, and you know, Mom will be joining us, and I'll ask her to tell us how she came to discover or ask the doctor to test you at 7 months old. Yeah. But before we do that, maybe you can explain to us what does the medication do exactly? Does it increase your immunity? Does it help with the crisis? How does it work?
Okay, there's for the medicine there are different types. Okay, there is folic acid, it helps to boost your blood,
Yes.
your blood
Yes,
level.
Yes.
Because people with sickle cell have low blood levels.
Yes.
Yeah, so the folic helps to raise your blood level. And there's this zinc. It helps with the stomach. Because I don't know if you have ever seen, but there are some people with sickle cell that they have big stomachs.
Yes.
You think someone is pregnant, but he or she is not.
Yes.
That's swelling of the stomach.
Okay.
So that zinc helps to clean the
the system,
the
basically.
system, the body system, so that tummy it reduces with time. The more you use it, the more. Because I myself used to have that big stomach.
Okay.
But now, as you can see, I have a very flat
tummy. You look like a model.
I have a flat tummy because of zinc.
Yes.
And there's hydroxyurea.
Okay.
It also helps with blood.
Okay.
There's Penve, but I am not using it. The more you grow, there are some drugs you are
living as well. Yes.
So I'm done with Penve. There's Clavelin. It also helps. So there are a lot of drugs, but the more you grow up, you are. There are some you are done with, but there are some you continue with. Like and hydroxyurea, it's a must. Like it's a must. Hydroxyurea you must take. If you don't take hydroxyurea, you'll be in the hospital. And that hydroxyurea issue is the main problem we sicklers have. Because hydroxyurea drugs are not manufactured in Kenya. They are manufactured outside. So we only pray that if the government can hear our cry and find a way for hydroxyurea drugs to be manufactured in Kenya, so that at least the price can be reduced. Or even if it is possible, they give us the drugs for free. Because you find in a family, there are 3 or 4 kids with sickle cell anemia. And hydroxyurea drugs, one goes for 30 shillings.
Wow.
And there are some of us, you take 2, some take 3.
Oh dear.
Like me, I alternate. Today I take 2, next day I take 3. So you see, it's expensive. So you can imagine the burden the parents have if they only have like 3 kids with sickle cell. You see? And maybe sometimes they all have crisis. You see, the pressure is on the parents. So hydroxyurea is our main issue. Because it's not manufactured in Kenya and it's expensive. It goes for 30 shillings. And some of us, if you are little, you take 1. But the more you grow,
you have to increase.
You have to increase. So like me, I take 2. Like if today I take 2, tomorrow I take 3.
That's expensive.
It's expensive.
That is very expensive. And I think you're such a brilliant girl. And I see how full of life you are. You're so intelligent. And I hope that does not die. And I'm sure your parents are so proud to have, a daughter like you who has fought, this thing, and she's shining, and it's just the beginning of everything, right? So we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to have Mom so that she can tell us her side of the story, yeah? All right. Wonderful. I cannot get over a saying by Ivy, and she says, disability is not doesn't disable dreams. I think this girl, just mind-blowing, beautiful girl, young girl, living with sickle cell anemia. She knows her drugs, she knows her diet, she speaks out, and I hope that you at home, you are inspired to actually come out and not discriminate against that child or the person living with sickle cell anemia. Also the teachers and the society at large, and most importantly, the government in terms of drugs provision. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break.